one sip at a time.
So, wait, you're telling me this glass matches my personality.
Welcome to Crafted Conversations, where the art of mixology meets the essence of personality. Every episode, we invite a special guest to take a sit, unwind, and embark on a journey of self-discovery through flavors, stories, and laughter.
Oh boy.
From deep conversations to fun challenges, it's more than just drinks. It's a blend of personality, passion, and unforgettable moments. A cocktail designed just for them, because every story has a signature flavor. Crafted Conversations, where every sip tells a story.
Hello and welcome to What's Popping on Luna Lifestyle TV. Let's have that great conversation going in the comment sections. Luna Lifestyle TV on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok, and Luna Lifestyle TV ZM on YouTube. I'm your good buddy Nsemiwe, giving you all the stories. This particular afternoon we are having a great conversation because I'm with what I can call a powerhouse of art, because he is into music, he is into anything that is artistic. He is also into charity works, and that is something that we would love to dive in, how it balances everything up and everything else that he gets to do. I'm talking about Noble Chanka, or Mr. PainKiller, in the building. Welcome to What's Popping, man.
Thank you, man. How are you?
I'm alright, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm alright, thank you. Good to have me here.
It's a pleasure having you on What's Popping. Now, there's a lot that you do that we would love, obviously, to learn, but for the people seeing you for the first time, you are Noble Chanka, and in the other side you're PainKiller. So why do we have the two different names? Okay. And where do they come from?
Okay. Actually, you've left one. There's also a title, another title that is not that much known. I mean, in terms of entertainment side, but in sports, there's also a Coach Noble.
Oh.
So at times you find people referring, especially the kids, as Coach Noble. So there's Mr. PainKiller. There is Noble Chanka, known as Mr. Chanka, and there is Coach Noble.
Coach Okay, tell us what differentiates the three.
Okay. Yeah, I think what I would say is with Mr. Chanka is, or Noble Chanka, is basically just a teacher, a community person that you find in the community, working with different people in the community. And back in school, my workplace where I'm working from, you'd find the kids, some refer to me as Mr. Chanka when I'm teaching them music. But when I'm coaching them, you hear them call me Coach Noble. Yeah, and I'm also involved with different academies in Ndola. Yeah, there's a recent opened academy, which is the Ndola City Academy. I'm the head coach for Ndola City Academy. So most kids would call me Coach Noble. Yeah, and then for Mr. PainKiller, I think it's just a stage name that I adopted with the song that I did with my young brother Yojavia, the producer. Yeah, so there's a song that we sat together. I was directing him to say, okay, what if we do it in this way? I mostly advise him. I used to say I would play a manager for him. So I would advise him to say, what if we did this song in this way instead of doing it in this way? Maybe you put this here and then the song was nice. I liked the song. I almost used to vibe to the song every day. And then I said, I think since I'm doing videos on TikTok and social media with this song, why don't I just adopt the name Mr. PainKiller? That's how I changed. I switched my account from Noble Alpha to Mr. PainKiller. So that's why the name PainKiller comes from. It comes from the same song.
You seem like you're doing a lot of things at once. So how are you balancing the two worlds?
I think I would say for me it's about finding a balance. The things that I do. Time. I'm one person that doesn't like being dormant. I prefer always being busy. I mostly come home, you know, there are times when I would come home 19, 20, sometimes even 21. You just reach home, you're tired, bath, sleep. 05, you wake up to prepare for work. So how I do it is, in the morning, I'm reporting for work, my workplace, where I'm working from, Sansa School. 15, 16, I knock off. I would just maybe have 10, 20 minutes to have my lunch or any snack that I can have. I would go for training for the academies that I'm working for. From there, in as much as I'm doing those works for the academies, I'm still engaging different parents that can come through to my foundation, which is the PainKiller Foundation, where I'm helping these vulnerable kids coming from the community. So it's like killing two birds with one stone. I'm going for coaching, but still looking for people that can support my works that I'm doing. From there, social media, the phone, I would say this is also my job for me, because it also acts as my job in terms of promoting these artists and also posting the things that I need support with in terms of helping these vulnerable children. Yeah, so that's the balance that I put there to make sure that I do all those things.
I want to go deep into what you're doing, that is managing artists, doing your charity works and also teaching. But before we get there, let's get to understand what inspired you to be where you are, like a brief background of your life. Where did you start from and what inspired you to join the things that you're doing now?
Okay. I think my inspiration, I think I would say I'm a self-luminous person. Yeah, I'm a self-luminous person. You know, coming from, I'm one person that grew up from the compound. I don't know compound. I don't know if Kawushu can call it a compound or what. So coming from that place, and then I remember that time, you know, we are coming from a home where at times, mom is working very hard to provide food on the table. And then at times when you'd come back home from school, you find there's no food at home. I remember with my young brother, would sit down and say, this kind of lifestyle. Sometimes there's no food at home. It would hate us with Eojaja. We say, can't we do something? Then we started using our initiative. We said, we got some wires. You know, when these guys from Zesco workers come to work, there are those wires that they leave after doing the work. We pick them, make some those toy cars and sell out to some kids. After selling those, we would not waste that money to buy the things that we want. We'll take it to mom. We've raised this amount. Can you buy food at home? We eat.
And how old were you then?
By then, I think I was 2-3 years older than Eojavi. I think, let me say, 13, 14, somewhere there. So, mom, I looked at that. And then I am one person that never liked seeing mom worried. Yeah. So whenever I saw her worried, I would try by all means to come up with something. And that's where the motivation came from. I said, I think in as much as I'm growing, I'm still young and growing, I'm expecting my parents to be doing things for me. I think I need to push myself to help my parents. Yeah. So that's where the motivation started from. You'd have friends who are doing other stuff. Maybe when you go out, they are involved in these activities that are not good, spoiling their lives. Then I would say, no, I think I need to stay away from this. I need to push myself into doing something positive that will make me help my family. I never looked up to anybody to say I would want to be like that, but I just had that push inside me to say, I need to at least be somewhere where I can be able to change my parents' life, at least where I can be able to help my parents and my siblings.
Inspiration yadi machushi
kunganda. I think that's the best answer. Machushi kunganda. You have to pushing and that and you know how it is. You're coming from Kabushi. Sometimes secondary, I did it from Kansai secondary. Yeah, so I would walk from Kansenshi to Kabushi. Back then, I was staying with my grandma. Sometimes I would stay at my uncle's place in Kansenshi, but mostly I preferred staying at my grandma's place in Kabushi. So when I'm at my grandma's place, at times you go now you should idea what amukula yakuba fiash ata na yako school ro bakubati okay tawete transport kwafuma wafika panse futhi wapisha mo ndimbita wachumfwa mami ndilanda na yako school nindanda okay. But that's what I understand. That about to just finish tabakwete kukamba kofi waenda. So yeah, the motivation you in.
Very interesting. Now, how do you now join into the art?
Okay, yeah. So join into the art. The first thing that I would talk about was that another person that motivated me and my young brother to go into art was Mom. You know, Mom was our number one fan. If you remember the Star Stage, believe in yourself. I
was very young, but I remember.
Yeah, I don't know if you can remember. Well, we had that was the winner. Is it? I've forgotten the name. Discover the star that's in you. One wish and one way. I just remember that advert, but I've forgotten the person that won that. So the competition was a music competition where the winner was going to be sponsored to do music and be signed, and I don't know, I can't remember the record label. So we used to listen to that same show on radio with my young brother, and we got interested into music. So what used to happen was, it's a thing of Mom is not working, 17, 18 hours, you sit as a family with my elder sister, Sylvia, would sit at home. You have nothing to do. Maybe you are wondering what time you start cooking. There's no food at home. When the food is there, they start cooking, then they'll tell you to say, okay, sit here, you wait for the food to cook. So as they are cooking, would start singing with my young brother, like a competition, doing a competition, me and my young brother. I sing, my young brother sings. Mom would be chatting for us. My sister also chatting for us. I think that's where the interest came from. From there, likely I got into university. And I thank my dad, he got me my first laptop. He got my first laptop, me a first laptop that I was using in school. So what used to happen was, that was 2014. Whenever I went to school, I come back, my young brother by then he used to play, he learned how to play the keyboard and he used to play in different churches. So whenever I came back with a laptop at home, he would get those microphones from the church to come with them at home. I don't know how he even managed to install these recording softwares on my laptop. I just found him calling me, Bamuze. We call each other Bamuze. Bamuze. He said, and by the way, he used to be my best friend. My young brother used to be my best friend growing up. Bamuze, he said, send to a show to record. That's how we started recording on the laptop. From there, he got more interested. He started going to, there was a studio at Main Masala Market. I've just forgotten the names of these producers, the guys. He would go there to watch what they're doing, and at some point was invited to feature in a song because, he's a good vocalist. Yeah, so he was invited to do a vocal. And when he went there, he was watching what the producers were doing. Not those producers are producing, not them knowing. He's observing what they are doing. When he came back, he said, no, I'm saying the app today. Software. I think I need to install this one. When I saw the interest, and I also completed, by then I completed my course that I was doing. By the way, I was studying physical education and music. So I also got more interested in music. So when I got back from college, I told him to say, I have some customers that I was doing some assignments and researches for. I said, whatever money that we'll be getting, I'll also be helping you, and you also look for some money, we come up with a studio. So that's how we came up with a studio. That's where my interest for music came from. Okay.
So you studied music?
Yes.
So when you look at the current songs that we have on the market, the Zambian market, the hip-hop, any genre, what do you think of it from your point of view as someone that has studied music beyond what people do? Because now, when young artists, you find that just because in studio records whatever comes to their minds and they leave. So how much of education does an artist need to put out good music?
Okay. I think what I would say is not taking away from the guys who are doing the good job. I wouldn't want to say the artists are not doing a good job in terms of recording music, but most of the artists that we have now do not understand what music is. What I'll talk of is if you see the current songs, you'd find that an artist will just do one song, and the song will just play for 2-3 weeks, 3-4 months. It stops playing. people stops listening to that song. And the quality of the recordings for that sound is not that good as compared to songs. Talk of the songs, I'll give an example of the songs that we used to listen to, the likes of Exam. We still vibe to their songs up to now. But you'd find that a song that was recorded maybe some 4 months ago, right now, if I ask you about that song, you can't even remember it. You even start vibing to it. So what I think is we're currently missing out on the point for why we're recording the music. So the thing is that we're recording that music for the audience, which is the people. And those people, when you're recording that music, you have to have the target market. You understand, who am I recording this music for? If I say, okay, my music is there for everyone to listen to, the elder and younger ones, what words should I use in that song? You don't expect music that you are saying, you're recording it for the family, to have insults. And you expect the parents to play it in their home when they are celebrating their birthdays and listen to that song. No. So I think that's why we're missing it. We need the artist that can think to say, okay, this song that I'm doing, the lyrics that I need to put in this song, which target audience am I having in mind? And taking time. Another thing is not taking time to do the music. Most people don't want to work hard. That's another thing that I've observed about our musicians. It's a thing of even pushing the producer to say, therefore, ka project kayashani, kafume wangu abantu wa comfort. Instead of taking time, the way music is today, if there's a sound that I've put in that beat, 2-3 days, maybe that producer would sit down, listen to that song, and maybe if I put this thing, I hate this thing, which can make sense here. I think let me also mix it with this. Yeah, but most of these artists just push these producers, and some producers just want to make money. They won't take time to do the same production. I think that's what is happening. Right?
I'll put you on the spot, Mr. PainKiller. Give me 3 artists that you think are really doing their best as far as putting out good music.
Currently, the current artists.
The currently trending artists.
Okay. Yeah. The first one, I think even yesterday I was talking about him with my friend. I think for now, in terms of hip hop, I'll talk of J Cash.
Okay.
J Cash is doing a great job in terms of hip hop. The second one I think I would talk of is Chef. Chef 187 is another artist that I see to see, okay, this guy is doing a great job. And what I like about Chef is the way he carries himself. Just like the way he carries himself. I know I've met him twice or maybe 3 or 2 times, but I've not had those deep conversations. But just those conversations there per surface, I can even tell to say, oh, okay, this guy knows what he's doing, and is somebody that is into business. He understands the entertainment industry. And the third person I would talk of is, I think, Your Maps. The guy is doing a great job, especially in terms of promoting Zambian music. And when you look at, that's what I was talking about in terms of the audience, target audience. If you look at his music, he knows to say, okay, now I have the Zambian audience. We want to take Zambian music to the world. So what should I do? If you check his videos and the way he's doing music, it's different from what most of our artists are doing. That's why I think the international artist, that international artist tag fits him, because the level of profession in his music is at an international level. And I'm hoping very soon the whole Africa will be vibing to his music.
Okay, so you're managing some artists.
Yeah,
and
sure.
Obviously you're talking of going international and making sure that you put out music that fits that market. Yeah. But how much of being original do you think plays a role in safeguarding the culture? Because music is part of a particular people's culture. So people identify you to say, oh, you are Kopala, because of the music you vibe to. That's why people get shocked to go, you are Kopala. And you're not a fan of people like, why say, Babena Chandanaki? They'll be like, Wabasha no Kopala. But we are talking of Zambia going to the world, and you're talking of now artists fitting into the music that we're getting from outside the country. How much of being original do you think we should be, and how much of getting other people's style of music and incorporating it in what we're doing now?
Okay. I think this topic is bringing me back to what I was teaching yesterday in music.
Teachers,
I like this.
Teachers, tough me my exercise books. But as long as takuli exercise.
That's a good exercise. Actually, I have an homework. You have parents at home. Kaya parents are complaining that with the CBC syllabus, you are giving homework.
Imagine doing homework for a grade 4 with an AI. Very embarrassing.
I'm telling you. Yeah. So I think your question was how original is our music, or how
how do we balance with what we are learning.
Yeah. So yesterday, just like I said, I was teaching a grade 4 class music about Zambian traditional music, and I was teaching them about authenticism in terms of Zambian music. So when I taught them about Zambian music, they started mentioning, I don't want to mention names, these artists that some of them I mentioned, and they used to say, this is Zambian music. Then I told them, yeah, these guys are doing Zambian music, but we're talking about authentic Zambian traditional music. So when you talk of authentic Zambian traditional music, we're talking about music that is inspired by ethnic belonging, beliefs, and customs. Yeah. I want you to look at those things that I've mentioned. The customs, your culture, and your beliefs. Yeah. So that's why we're missing it. Yeah, I'm not saying doing the current Zambian music that we're doing is bad, but it's good that we're integrating what we're learning from other countries into our music. Yeah. But since you asked the question of authenticism in terms of Zambian music, I think we need to put in our beliefs. I'll give an example of people like the Sakala brothers, who have now is one. Yeah.
Now is Moses Sakala.
Moses Sakala, yeah. We used to call them. I remember that time growing up, I used to listen to them very much. Yeah. So you see how they do their music. You are able to see what they believe in, their culture, they're presenting the culture and the way they're doing their music. Another artist that I can talk about is Mumbayachi. Mumbayachi, when you look at his music, listen to his music, look at his videos, you are even able to tell, to say, okay, this guy is coming from the Bemba land. He's representing this culture. And the songs, when you listen to the lyrics in the songs, you understand to say there's a certain teaching that is in the song. I remember yesterday I was singing the same song, a certain song to the kids from our school, and they couldn't even sing the song. You know, I'm one person that teaches even these Bemba songs to Indians and white people. So yesterday I was making them sing Mwana wandi nakulaea. Do you know that song? Yes, at least. Yeah, so I'm one person that is interested in keeping the authenticism of our music. I want that Zambian traditional authentic music to be kept. Yeah, I think that's what we can do. But in terms of integrating Zambian music, I mean other things that we're learning from other countries into our music, I think it's a good thing. But one thing that I'll talk about is we shouldn't run away from the teachings. In as much as we are bringing in those, maybe the style of playing music, maybe you try to use these other, beats, or maybe you try to bring in other instruments that you can play in your music. But what is important is the teaching. Zambian music is about teaching. We need to have a message that will take to the audience to say, this is what we're learning from this song.
All right, we continue the conversation, but for now we go on a short break. And on the other side, we are diving deep into how you are using the knowledge you just shared with the artists that you're managing. And we also dive a little deeper in what you're doing. And so you need to stay tuned to Luna Lifestyle TV as we have this conversation going on what's popping. Remember, this is a show that we get to talk about entertainment, social media trends, as well as celebrity gossip. And today we are talking about music and how it is actually evolving. And we'll dive deep into managing an artist, making sure that they are successful in this career. It is not easy to blow up as an artist, but I hope that we get some tips on how we can do that on the other side. But stay tuned as the conversation continues on the other side.
Welcome to a world where fashion meets creativity and every look tells a story.
We're bringing it. I love everything. Patinator, whatever you want to call it.
And I love the ones with themes that make women come out and dress up in one color.
We highlight the most striking outfits from Socialize, and our panelists choose the most outstanding look of the day.
Let's see this outfit.
Behind every great outfit is a visionary designer. In Tailored to Fit, we shine a light on local designers and tailors who are shaping the fashion industry.
You need to panel the dress. You need to cut it in pieces.
Are you ready to elevate your style? Fashion Masterpiece, redefining fashion one look at a time.
Alright, welcome back to What's Popping on Luna Lifestyle TV. Remember to interact with us on our social media platforms, Luna Lifestyle TV on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and Luna Lifestyle TV ZM on YouTube. I'm your good buddy Nsemiwe, and in studio I'm with Mr. PainKiller or Noble Chanka, who is an artist manager and also a teacher of music, getting to understand how he's balancing the two worlds, and also a sports coach. And before we went on the break, we got to understand a little bit about yourself and what you're doing. But now you are managing the artist. Which artist are you managing at the moment?
Okay, so in terms of managing the artists, I would say for now, yeah, I used to manage them as in full time. For now, I'm doing more of just helping them with the studio sessions and giving them advice. And some of the artists that I'm doing that for is there's a group, Elementary, the guys, there are two of them. There are two, it's a duo. Yeah, and there's also Zakado from Kavushi. There's also a boy.
Zakado, the boxer?
Zakado the boxer. No, there's just a certain boy from Kavushi who is called Zakado. Okay. Yeah, he's an upcoming artist. And there's Wes K, and of course my young brother Yojavia as well.
Okay.
Yes.
And then as a manager, what have you found as the most difficult thing about managing an artist?
Okay, I think the most difficult thing about managing or helping these artists is the interest. You know, where you have different interests. You as a person, even if we sit together, even if we are twins, we have some different interests. So there are times when maybe you try to maybe tell somebody to say, okay, I think this should be done in this and this way. And that person has their own way of wanting to do that thing. So I think that's one difficult situation that most people that are managing artists find. You know, when you go into the studio, you have that idea what to say, and then somebody comes in to say, okay, I don't want to change this, but I want to advise. This, we shouldn't do it this way. Let's do this and that. Another challenging part that I can talk about is I think of doing political songs. I've had a challenge with some artists. I don't want to mention the names, but where they approach to say, okay, can you do us do a political song for us? Then we'll do this and that. I told them to say, when you're established, it's good you can do those political songs. But as an upcoming artist, you'll be doing bad to yourself, doing political songs. Because what you do is your target audience currently is the people from the community where you're coming from. So once you do that song for a certain candidate, the people from that political party that are supporting that candidate will definitely say, okay, I'll listen to this song and support you. But think about the people that are not supporting that candidate. So you now have divided what audience.
Mr. Chanka, we are running out of time, but quickly before we leave, let's just get to understand your charity organization. What are you doing? What do you stand for? And is art involved anywhere near your charity works?
Okay. Yeah, so for my charity works, I think I would talk about the time I started it. I started doing my charity works in 2018. Yeah, back then I started with Send a Child Back to School, where I picked some kids, 10 of them, from Kavushi. We got them, I engaged one person that was helping me. We got them some books, uniforms, shoes, and sent them to Dambo School. I asked from the head teacher, and I think I would like to say thank you to the head teacher for understanding when I went to approach her. The deputy head teacher and the head teacher, by then, they understood when I told them to say, I'm just asking for 10 places for kids that I would like to sponsor to the school. They gave me those places, and we got them uniforms, books, shoes, and also talked to the parents in terms of how they can encourage those kids to be in school. From there, I also started helping some street kids in town. I would collect what I usually do. I collect clothes from different parents. I use my platform, just like you asked to say, is entertainment involved. So I use my TikTok account, which is Mr. PainKiller. and Facebook account, Noble Alpha, and the page. And there's also a page that I'm managing with other people from the community, Kabushi Community News.
Oh, you are the people behind that page?
Exactly. Me, Moma, and late Warren. Yeah. So for myself, I wanted that platform. I only use that platform for these social works that I do, the foundation. So what I do, I post those stuff to ask for help from people that are willing to help, the well-wishers. Could be clothes, shoes, even those that can send in some monies. And another thing is my 10% tithe. I never used to, I remember this is when I'm starting paying my tithe to a church. I never used to pay tithe to a church. I was using my tithe to do my charity works.
Your conversation tie up, but you're running out of time.
Okay.
But you said people can reach you you can just talk to the people through that camera where they can reach you and how they can get to know more about what you're doing.
Okay, so for those that would want to reach me in terms of if you're an upcoming artist, you need any support, you need any promotion, I do promotion of songs and also help different artists. You can simply email me on noblealpha@gmail.com, or you can go on TikTok, just search for Mr. PainKiller. Facebook, you can go for Noble Chanka or Noble Alpha, or you can simply follow the page Kabushi Community News. You'll definitely find me and we can talk.
All right, thank you so much for coming through, and all the best in the charity works, and looking forward to seeing more of what you do with the artists that you're managing.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's really been a pleasure having me here.
All right, thank you so much. Make sure that you get to watch Luna Lifestyle TV on your YouTube channel, Luna Lifestyle TV ZM. You'll find a variety of content that we share on that particular platform, and always tuning to Luna Lifestyle TV 105 on your top study code. Until next time, keep on popping.